Yeah, work it, just like that. Hello, gamers. It's me, your boy Noxlava. I'm here to tell you about social deduction. Let's start off with the definition. Engage Family Gaming defines social deduction as a mechanic found in both video games and board games. In a social deduction game, players have a hidden role and/or objective, and typically a person who betrays the other players. The other players try to deduce the role of their opponents based on the choices and actions they take. Urban Dictionary defines deduction as an idea formed by deducing. I made the deduction that somebody had stolen my goldfish for revenge after putting all the clues together. Speaking of clues, Clue. It's a board game where every player has to work together to find out who the murderer is. It could be you, it could be me, it could be any one of us. Nobody knows because it's even a mystery to the murderer, I think. Okay, here's what I do know. There's 6 players each with a unique weapon. The wrench, the rope, the dagger, the revolver, the metal pipe, and the candlestick. The goal of the game is to find out which character is a murderer. This is done with accusations, clues, secret rooms, and suggestions. Now, I can't really explain this game in a way that would fully make sense, so I'm gonna give it to Watch It Play to explain the game instead.
To set up, place the game board in the center of the play area with the 2 dice nearby. The game comes with 6 characters, each in a different color. Every player now picks a character they'll control. We'll assume we have 4 players in this video, and I'll take purple, Professor Plum. No matter how many players you have, you still use all 6 of the character pieces. Set them onto their starting matching colored spaces as labeled on the board, so that it looks like this when you're done. Now collect the 6 weapon pieces, which look like this. Put each one into a separate, randomly chosen room, like I've done here. In this edition of the game, you'll find 29 cards with backs showing red corners, which you'll separate from the rest. These are clue cards used in a special mode we'll learn about later, but for the standard game, they aren't used and can be returned to the box. The rest of the cards you'll organize by their faces into 3 sets representing all 6 characters, 6 weapons, and 9 rooms. Shuffle each of these decks separately into their own face-down stacks. Now take the top card from each of those stacks and slide them carefully into this envelope, ensuring that no one sees their faces, because these will represent the answers to the question of who killed Mr. Black, where they did it, and what weapon was used. The envelope is then placed in the center of the board, and the remaining cards are now shuffled together into a single deck. You then deal all of these out, as evenly as possible, to all the players, but it's okay if some players end up with more cards than others. You can always examine your own cards, but keep them a secret from the other players. Now each player should take a detective sheet from this pad, and using a pen, write the initials of each player across the top, including their own, and just so you know, RS is me. Even though I'll be showing my cards in detective sheet during this video, remember, you always keep these secret from the other players. On your sheet, under your own name, place a mark in each space matching the characters, weapons, and rooms showing on the cards you were dealt. Remember, the cards in this envelope represent the killer, weapon they used, and room they were in. This is the information you want to find out, and that means the cards that you and the other players have are not what's in here. So marking them off on your sheet gets you a bit closer to solving the mystery. For example, we know the killer can't be Mayor Green or Chef White. It has to be one of the other characters. And that's the setup. In Clue, you and the other players will be moving around the mansion, visiting rooms, in order to test your theories about the information that's hiding in the envelope. With each test, you may get to examine another player's card, helping you cross off more information on your detective sheet. When you're feeling confident, you can make a formal accusation. You'll declare who you believe the murderer was, the weapon they used, and what room they were in. If you're right, if that matches the information in the envelope, you win.
So that's social deduction in board games. But what about social deduction in video games? There's plenty of games out there that use social deduction as a game mechanic. However, I'm sure y'all already know which game I'm going to be talking about. It's a game with social deduction rooted in its bones. That's right, we're talking about Garry's Mod. Okay. Here's a trick the mass media doesn't want you to know. If you go down to the bottom right-hand corner of the Garry's Mod main menu, you can click this little button here and switch to a different game mode. That's actually what this section is about, because we're playing Trouble in Terrorist Town, which I will be shortening to T3 because I ain't saying all that. T3 is kind of like Clue, except
my iron will force. I'm sorry.
T3 is kind of like Clue, except it isn't, and you'll actually know if you're the killer or not. Alright, so the game is structured like this. Okay, so this is the traitor and the terrorist. The traitor has to kill the terrorist, and the terrorist have to find out who the traitor is and kill the traitor. Also, everyone has guns. T3 is a game you can only play with other players. This is exactly why I gifted Gmod to my friend Matthew and invited him to play a few sessions. He's never played Gmod before, so I had to teach him, and the first thing he did was make a with anime ragdolls, and then he treated the game like an FPS game rather than a sandbox. So after demolishing him in 2 1v1s, 60 to 17 and 112 to 82, I made him play T3.
I don't know how to play this game, by the way.
Among Us. That's all you need to know.
that's not even that terrible of a description.
The fuck?
Yeah, tower.
I'm camping in a building. That's it.
There's a lot of buildings.
I saw someone's tootsies.
I got a deagle. Might fuck with this actually.
Wow!
Oh my god, you scared the out of me. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. You scared the out of me.
I primed just to jump at you.
You scared. How much damage did I do?
20. You hit me in the leg at best.
Okay. Scared the living out of me. I have. My heart dropped. got...
Okay, so I know who the traitor is.
Who?
It's you.
Yeah, it's you.
How?
You.
I don't know who survived, but it's you.
We both survived.
Sure.
What? You're alive!
And you killed me, and the game is still going. So would you like to?
When did I kill you?
You shot me outside. The 20 was a lie. I've been dead this whole time.
What? Let me go back. No? Okay, to be fair, you actually did scare the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Did I actually kill you?
Yeah, I think my corpse launched inside, and then I fell to the ground, and I think I fell out of the map.
Well, I must find Matthew now. No way, I did kill you. I legitimately thought I didn't do that much damage. Same graphics and everything.
Get it?
Get.
Yeah, you didn't actually kill me.
Wait. How did you?
I thought one of you got killed, and I was just gonna.
Yeah, he blasted. I just like let it slip out of the moment. I was like, I had to try to like undo it, make you think you did kill me in the first place. So then you never actually killed me. I did
Okay, good, because I was so confused
But
when
then
you said that.
And then when I walked into the Pokemon, he instantly lit me up. So I was like, fuck. And I accidentally let it slip that I died. So I had to like play it off that you killed me. So there was some level of confusion.
It's such a Matthew thing to do, honestly. How does this fun little mechanic make the players feel, though? Why don't we take a look at some of the fun reactions I caught during our recording session? That's a good point.
Feel safe. I need a fucking gun right now. I'm really scared right now.
Did you hear how much fun we were having? I mean, the footage speaks for itself, honestly. And because of this, I will be moving on to the next section of the video to avoid making this script longer than it needs to be. Let's talk about player agency. There isn't too much player agency in T3, unless you count the ability to plant C4 plastic explosive. I mean, you can also sorta kinda build defenses, which is just stacking props in an attempt to hide from the dude with the M16 on the other side of the door. Oh my god.
I'm sticking.
Holy mother of Christ.
I couldn't see you.
Also, if the stars align, if the conditions are just right, the conditions being using a Modern Warfare 2 weapons add-on, you can get a Javelin anti-tank missile instead of a regular gun. This may sound cool if you know nothing about one of Texas Instruments' best-selling products, so let me enlighten you. The Javelin ATGM uses an infrared or IR seeker to receive target lock. Humans do not emit a strong enough heat signature to be locked by the IR seeker. Vehicles, on the other hand, do emit a solid IR signature because running engines are hot, kinda like me. So if you put all the puzzle pieces together, you'll realize the Javelin cannot be used against other players in T3 because players don't have running engines inside of them, which makes the Javelin useless. But there's an extra piece to this puzzle. Due to a quirk with the Modern Warfare 2 add-on, any non-living object will allow the Javelin to get a lock on them. This means you can lock onto vehicles. You can't lock onto living things like our test subject here, but you can lock onto your mom's antique family writing desk. Oh, and here's the kicker. You can lock onto dead bodies, too. Time to get to the point. There are props in some of the T3 maps. Props are not alive. Therefore, you can lock onto props with the Texas Instruments Javelin ATGM and fire a missile. Observe.
I got a rocket launcher.
Oh,
Fucking javelin.
I hope
wait,
that
you
just
can't even use that. That's an IR lock lock launcher.
I want to see.
Dude, no, you.
Close to pour lock on.
Dude, he does IR lock it indoors and blows the building to shit. Can you lock on?
I can't lock on it. Wait, I got to be.
Oh, I'm scared of you, actually. Cause, oh my god.
This is the only thing.
You see that prop? That wasn't there before. Player put it there. That's what we call player agency. And with that, I'm done talking about social deduction. I'd like to give a huge shout out to the boys for helping me get the footage I needed for this video. I could not have done it without you. Alright, that's about it, and over and out.